Good day, everybody. And my name is Andy Hagler, and I'm with the Mental Health Association in Forsyth County here in Winston-Salem. And it's a pleasure to be able to speak with you for a few minutes and to share some things with you on that's going to focus on coping and dealing with the stressors and coping during this holiday season. Um, and as I talk a little bit about some tips for coping and dealing with the holidays, of course, just know that just because I'm in the mental health field doesn't mean that I know it all. And that, so as I say these things to you, I also have to say them to myself because the holidays, and in particular, the holidays during this pandemic, we're in a new world, we're in new territory. And again, it's all about how we cope and how we look at things and how our outlook on things that will help sustain us during these times. So, as we talk about the holidays, probably the first thing that I always like to share with everybody is that, again, we need to remember that the holidays is a season. Whether we call them the holidays or the winter holidays or whatever it is a season. So, oftentimes advise people not to put your focus just on one day, whether it's Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or New Year's or whatever it might be. But again, remember that this is a season. And so use this time as a way to pause and reflect. Think about those things that you're grateful for. Think about the things that you're happy about, or think about the things that give you happiness, whether it might be good health, or maybe even if your health is not top notch like it used to be, the medications that help sustain you. Or maybe if you've had a knee replacement or hip replacement or whatever, again, gratitude for the doctors, the surgeons that are able to do these things, again, to help enable you to live and function as independently as possible. So one of the things during this season, from now through New Year's, is to every day think about one thing that you're really grateful for. Is it the blessing of family, the blessing of having children or grandchildren, the blessing of having maybe new friends that you've met or friends that you've reconnected with at Arbor Acres, or the friends and the companionship that you have at Arbor Acres? The wonderful caring staff that you have there. So again, think about every day at least one thing that you're grateful for. And as you collect these and think about these things, then at the end of the holiday season, you'll have 30 or more things that you're grateful for. So again, use this as a time to practice gratitude and think of this season as it is, a season and not just one day. Keep your goals realistic. Keep things simple. Keep things as simple as possible. So again, keep the expectations for the holidays simple for yourself, as well as simple for other people. Then that way that helps avoid feelings of feeling let down or feeling disappointed. Kind of like the old KISS, KISS. Just keep it simple. Keep things very simple during this time of the year. Maybe practice this year about making a budget and really trying to stick to it. And for some of you that may be shopping online or over the internet, or if you do go out to the malls or the stores or whatever, one of the things during this time of COVID-19 and with the pandemic and the effect that that's had on a lot of people is maybe this year think about spending a little less. Maybe it's just $1 less or $5 less or whatever it might be, but just spend a little bit less and then whatever your budget is. And then maybe if you so choose, then what you've got left over, then maybe donate that to your favorite charitable organization or to your home church or to a community group that you feel will do the most good, especially to help people in need. Organizations such as the Food Bank and the Salvation Army, and or maybe work through your church or your home church, wherever that may be. Again, a lot of them are feeling the effects of the pandemic, and again, trying to help those in need. So again, maybe this year spend a little bit less. And then maybe what little bit you have left over, again, maybe whether it's $5 or $50 or $500 or whatever it might be, then maybe think about giving that to a church or an organization, or maybe to a group of organizations that help others in need. And again, that will kind of help you, because that's a way for you to go to think about that. I'm helping those organizations that are helping people who are in need and those who have really been affected by the pandemic. If you are planning to be with family, and again, just make sure to practice safety. But again, make sure that you're in a place that's safe, and a place that's safe for you. And again, that's going to so that it'll minimize your risk of getting infected or getting sick or whatever. While during this time of the holidays, maybe try a new way of celebrating, or learn about how other religious groups or other groups, other cultures celebrate the holidays, such as, educate yourself not only in reference to the Christian holidays, but maybe about learning about Hanukkah, or maybe learn about Kwanzaa, or again, how other groups or organizations or cultures celebrate the holidays during this time of the year. So, number one, it'll help expand your horizons. Number one, it's always learning. It's what we call lifelong learning. And again, it's a good way to kind of use your brain and to learn. And again, learn how other people celebrate the holiday season. As much as you can, try to reach out and get involved in the community. I like to call this, instead of being in a circle and looking inwards, how about be in that circle and look outwards? So again, think about ways that you can help people out in the community. So for example, maybe if you are a knitter or you sew, a lot of organizations can use gifts such as hats and mittens and scarves, again, to help people or individuals stay warm. So again, maybe use your talents or use your skills. Maybe the hospitals, like lap blankets, or in skilled care facilities like lap blankets or things like that. Again, think about the skills or the things that you have that can help people. Or maybe it's, again, making masks. So again, reach out and help those out in the communities, especially during this time of the year. And again, because of the pandemic and what people are going through. The other thing is that, yes, this is the holiday season. And yes, this is a time for joy, and this is a time for togetherness, and this is a time for merriment and so forth. But, know that not every day you're going to feel joy and merriment. And so do allow yourself some time to feel sad, or to feel lonely, or even to feel angry. These are real human emotions. So again, use this as a time to nurture yourself. Use this as a time to practice self-care. Use this as a time to acknowledge your feelings. Again, it may be missing loved ones, family members that have died, before you, and that's okay. That's okay to have these feelings. Or sometimes it just may be okay to have some of these feelings because, again, during this season, the days are shorter, the nights are getting longer, and because of the weather, we're stuck indoors a little bit more than normal. So, again, recognize that these are real legitimate feelings, but use this as a time to practice self care. And when I talk a little bit about self care, it's more than just taking a bubble bath. But again, it's about taking your medication. It's about getting sleep. It's about getting rest. It's about eating balanced, nutritious meals. It's about doing the things that you need to do to stay healthy, getting some exercise, taking a walk, and so forth. So again, practice self-care against it to help you stay healthy. And because we are in the holiday season, we're going to be eating a lot more holiday foods, a lot more sweets, a lot more candies. And for those of you that might like fruitcake, I like fruitcake. I just don't like the citron in the fruitcake. But again, we're going to be eating those holiday foods and do. This is part of what the holiday season is all about. So do enjoy those sweets and those foods and the punch and all the things that go with it. But kind of like the old phrase, everything in moderation. And so when you do have some of the holiday cookies and sweets and things, just make sure to balance it out with fruits and vegetables and foods that are a little bit more nutritious. That way, two things. Number one, that'll help avoid you putting on the extra pounds during the holidays. That will also help avoid eating those foods that are high sugar and high in starch that sometimes can exacerbate feelings of more depression and so forth. So again, everything in moderation. And when you do eat those holiday sweets and treats and so forth, that's what the holidays are all about, or part of what the holidays are all about. But again, just balance out with eating some fruits and vegetables and foods that are better for you. Same thing also goes with alcohol. Again, alcohol can only exacerbate feelings of depression and other negative feelings. So again, if you do imbibe in alcohol, that's okay, but just keep things in moderation. The other thing is to stay in the present and look forward to the future. The one constant in life is change, and obviously for all of us, the year 2020 has involved a lot of changes that a lot of us are having to make adjustments. It might be not seeing friends and family like we used to. It might be having to adapt to seeing friends and family through electronic means such as Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. So we've undergone a lot of changes, a lot of behavioral changes, and some people are more adaptable. Other people are not. That's just the way. That's just part of being human nature. But again, as best as you can, to stay in the present and look forward to the future. And for those of you maybe who have lived through times of the depression or wars or conflicts or changes, you know that eventually this will pass. And the same thing with the pandemic, this will pass. So again, stay present, stay focused on the present, look forward to the future, and know that the one constant in life is change. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is just roll with the punches and go with the flow. Minimize as much as you can thoughts about yesteryear or the good old days, because it may be that for some of us, yes, we may have very fond memories of growing up or fond memories of when we were in school or high school. But I think just like in life in general, yesteryear or the good old days may not have always been that good. So again, just try to stay focused in the present, and again, look forward to the future. So again, just a couple of things about helping to cope with the holidays and a lot of the changes. Again, set some realistic goals for yourself. Keep things very simple. Make a budget and stick to it. And this year, if you like, and if you so choose, think about a church or your home church or an organization that's near and dear to you that helps others. Maybe think about making a little monetary donation to them, again, if you so choose. Don't overeat or drink, especially on those holiday treats or snacks. Again, and have those holiday snacks and treats, but again, balance out with nutritious fruits and vegetables. That'll help keep your system and everything kind of in check. And again, avoid any alcohol excessively, because that's just only going to exacerbate feelings of depression and sadness. If you do go out, just know that with traffic and all, just allow extra time for traveling and for the traffic and everything. Again, remember that the holidays are a season. It's not just one day. And again, try a new way to celebrate or learn about how other groups or religious groups, cultures, faith communities celebrate the holidays during this time of the year. Expand and learn a little bit and take some of this time to learn how others celebrate. As best as you can or when you can, maybe try to volunteer or get involved in the community. And again, think about helping others who are less fortunate. I know it's easy for a lot of us to think about the things that maybe we don't have or how we're feeling, or we may not be in the best of health, but sort of like the way we were always raised, and it seems to be true, is that, sometimes we think we may have it bad, but there's always somebody else who's a little worse off than we are. So again, try to get involved with the community or do things to help others in the community. And again, like I said, if you're a knitter or sewer, think about making those masks or gloves or scarves or toboggans. Use some of the skills that you have to help others during this time of the year. Allow some time to feel sad or lonely or depressed. These are real feelings, or anger. These are all real feelings. But again, use this as a time to practice self-care and to take care of yourself. And then finally, use some of this time again to recap, to stay in the present and look forward to the future. These are unprecedented times that we're living in. But I think as long as you try to keep hopeful that this pandemic will pass, and things will, whatever they may be, resume back to normal, that we know that this is not going to last forever. So these are just a couple of very simple tips to help sustain you during this holiday season. But for some of you, that if feelings of sadness or helplessness or feelings of depression or anxiety, or maybe feelings of anger, you're just a little bit more angry than you normally are. If they're lasting, and if you're just feeling like you're not really being yourself, then use this as a time to reach out. Reach out to one of the staff at Arbor Acres. Reach out to one of the chaplains or to a pastor and talk to them. And of course, you can always feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to talk to you over the phone. I'll be glad to talk to you over Zoom or whatever it might be, or under guidelines or whatever from Arbor Acres. I'll be glad to come out there. But again, to help you maybe with some of the feelings or things that you're going through. Again, my name is Andy Hagler, and I'm with the Mental Health Association. Feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to call me at 336-768-3880. Again, 336-768-3880. And I'll be glad to talk to you or talk with somebody that you know and love, again, to help them better cope during this holiday season. Thank you very much for this time and for this opportunity to share with you a little bit about coping during the holidays. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that maybe you've learned one thing. And again, I wish all of you a very happy and joyous holiday season. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and looking forward to 2021. And again, thank you very much. Take care.